Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I do think that there is value in this because, look, I don't know how else to say it. As you build, if you're struggling, as you struggle, all of those things. Sometimes it's better to do it with kids from your own backyard than it is with kids that nobody knows anything about, because you root for kids from your own backyard. And that's one of the things, it's one of the reasons that I think it's important for all programs to sign in-state kids. And I know the portal is going to determine a lot of programs' fates. Maybe Arkansas is one of them. I don't know. But you got to have that core. I also think it grows the game and it makes it fashionable. Now, you can say, well, it's football. I mean, what are you talking about? Football is already, you don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I just put it that way.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter. Or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
What are you guys doing tomorrow? Got any plans?
I'll be here.
Got any plans after the show, Chuck, tomorrow?
No,
Perfect. That means you can come help me with your truck. Tomorrow's moving day.
Friends don't ask friends to help move.
Well, I didn't know we were friends.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking.
No,
You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
It's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hog fan, be a Hog fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I know we're going to get into football today, and I'm ready to do that because we got a lot of stuff I know from Silverfield and Ron Roberts and all that. But I got to mention a couple of baseball items just in case we don't get back to them today. Christian Franklin was called up a couple of days ago by the Orioles. And I believe I read he's the 68th Razorback to be called up to the major leagues. And has played 2 straight games for Baltimore. Had a walk and a stolen base a couple of nights ago. Led off last night. I think went 0 for 3. And then Vahiva Aloy hit a couple of home runs in the minor leagues last night. So he's having a big time too. And it's just, you got to be happy for those guys.
Absolutely. In fact, we'll just do this right away.
All right, let's do it.
The best thing we heard yesterday.
And the 1-2. Aloy rockets one. Deep left field. Mitchell's back at the wall. It is gone! It's a first double-A homer for Vahiva Aloy.
All right, let's listen to the single-A call we heard from a couple days ago and see how
minor league baseball
how they match up. It'll sound a little different when he gets to the big leagues.
Yeah, it will.
It
may not take long for him either.
Can you edit up the other one like you did yesterday?
Yeah, we're going to have to fix up
You're making him sound like a big leaguer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the edited version of a minor league.
Breaking ball, hit high in the air. Deep left field, going back is Haskins. He turns, and this ball is gone. First hit, first RBI, and first professional home run for Marlins first-round draft pick Jacob Lombard, and we are tied at 1 here in the third.
It's like you're in a major league bullpen.
It really is.
That's Edward doing work to this.
Breaking ball, hit high in the air, deep left field, going back is Haskins. He turns, and this ball
Is that the same guy who called
gone.
Fajivas?
No.
I know.
About the same age, though.
Yeah.
About the same age. It sounds like.
It just sounds like way different than what it sounds like when you play the big league home run. But you tried. You tried to make it
No,
sound.
you did. I mean, he did about as well as anyone
Well, I
could
mean, he
do.
threw
I got to give you
fireworks.
credit for that.
It's a tough fit.
The fireworks were a
Fireworks
nice
in there.
touch
Thank
there
you.
at the end.
Yeah.
They were nice.
We'll have to
Vahiva
fix up
hit,
Vahivas.
hit 2 home runs?
Yeah, who's he playing for? I've got to admit, he's in Double-A though, and that's I mean, you're 2 steps away. I forget who drafted him. Is he an Orioles guy?
Well, that's where Franklin is.
He's in the Orioles.
Okay, he's in the
organization.
Orioles organization.
Yeah, that's
there.
right. KJ is there too.
They must have a scout that loves the Razorbacks because they Hurstad and Franklin. Franklin. I noticed they hit him 7th in his debut, and he drew a walk and stole a base, and so they put him in the leadoff spot last night. I suspect when he sticks, if he sticks, however long he sticks, if he's an everyday big leaguer, he's going to be a leadoff hitter because he's got power and speed. And so used to power wasn't really a prerequisite for being a leadoff hitter, but it's nice to have it now in this era. And so that's kind of where I suspect he'll be in the lineup, maybe the rest of the way this year.
How about getting called up and hitting leadoff the second time out, the second day you're
It shows they've got plans for you. It shows they've got plans for you. They didn't just bring you up to, hey, you had a nice minor league season. We'll let you, see how the big boys do it for a month or so.
Big leaguers.
Yeah.
Arkansas putting out big leaguers.
That's a nice deal, though. Good for him and happy for him. And, if Aloy's at Double-A right now, it's a little bit different for position players than it is for pitchers. It's not uncommon for a pitcher to make the jump. It doesn't happen every day, but it's not out of the question for a pitcher to make the jump from Double-A to the big leagues. Shortstops, it's a little bit different. You've usually got somebody ahead of you in the pecking order, and I don't know enough about their organization to really, comment on it specifically. But for him to be at Double-A, he needs to climb quickly because he's at the age where he needs to climb in a hurry. But it sounds like that's what he's in the process of doing.
He's quite blocked at shortstop at the major league level.
He might need to be traded at some point, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We had a player a few years back, from back when I was still doing it, named Brian Anderson. And, when Brian came out of college, he was a guy that I don't know that you looked at and thought, well, this guy's going to be a 10-year guy in the big leagues. But I think that's about what it ended up being for him because he got drafted by the Marlins. And on one hand, you think, boy, that's a terrible deal being drafted by the Marlins. Well, on the other hand, man, your pathway to the big leagues, they're shorthanded. They've not spent a lot of money. They don't have a bunch of free agents. They've not thrown big dollars at their farm system. You might get to the big leagues in their organization, and that's kind of what happened with him. And Franklin's in a spot. If Franklin's with the Dodgers, if the Dodgers drafted him, is he in the big leagues right now? Well, probably not. Yankees, probably not. But Orioles, absolutely. I mean, he's batting leadoff.
Yeah, with Vahiva, he's with his power and obviously his ability to play shortstop. I mean, it was obvious when he was here. I don't think it'll be that long before, if he keeps playing like that, if he keeps hitting home runs, that power. I think he'll get traded if he's not going to be the shortstop for the Orioles because there's value there.
Well, here's the thing. He's at a position where a lot of international players play that spot. A lot of those kids sign when they're 17 and 18 years old. I don't know how old Vahiva is now, but he's over 20. And, we've had players that have come out before, and other schools have too, that are middle infielders, players like that. You need to get there in a hurry, like Franklin's done with
22
with Baltimore. 22. Well, they're going to have probably similar money invested in an 18 or 19-year-old shortstop, somewhere down the line. So you need to progress rapidly if it's going to happen. But hey, he's in the mix, he's in the fight, and good for him.
Yeah, it's fun to see.
Yeah.
It's a couple of former Razorbacks making moves, and there'll be more of them. We'll be here. I mean, we're just getting into some of this with like the low A ball that we talked about yesterday. Kojal's playing in that. Some of these guys, There have been a lot of good players here over the last few years, and it'll be interesting to watch how these guys progress.
We're also at the time of year where there will be some movement. There'll be call-ups, like with Franklin to the big league. Well, that creates a roster spot on the team that called, on the minor league team that he left. And you've also got players like Kojal, the guys that just left the Razorbacks and just signed. Their short seasons have started this week. So, there's movement. There's player movement as you get toward the end of the big league season because you're going to have September call-ups. And some of the guys that they've got plans for, they've already called up.
I would also keep an eye on Gage Wood.
Yeah.
He's probably not that far away.
Yeah.
Like, he's moving quickly.
The Phillies are in the race. And, if the Phillies weren't in the race, he might be a September call-up. Might be anyway. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't know enough about their situation to know, where they are in terms of a fourth or fifth starter. Sometimes a guy like Wood, if you've got, say, 9 games in 9 days, and your pitching rotation, your starting pitching rotation gets messed up, or you have a rain out, and you got to play a doubleheader, you'll call a guy up to pitch to start, and he'll throw 4 or 5 innings, and then you'll send him right back down. Something like that might happen for him. I mean, who knows?
Hagen Smith's another guy who's really close. He is in AAA, has been all year, just waiting for an opening in the rotation.
And the White Sox are in the race too, but they may need him. They may need him, and then if they fall out of the race, they may want to see what they've got. I'm not sure of their situation there, but you're right. I mean, if you're pitching at AAA, you're pretty close.
By the way, Kojal was playing third base the other night.
Yeah, he was.
If you're interested in what position he's been playing, that's where he played the other night, and that second or third will probably be the spot for him.
I really think it's going to be third.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
But I'm not saying he can't play second.
Well,
But
there's a lot of second.
It depends on the organization. I mean, middle infielders. I mean, they're you got to be really good. Because there's somebody that nobody's ever heard of that is signed when he was 17 years old, and he's hungry and ready to take that spot.
There you go. We got to implement the Pro Hog update now. With just really keep that. Keep.
I feel bad because
right around the corner.
Yeah,
so
it is.
It's time.
Yeah. I feel bad because I forgot Franklin. I forgot the Franklin deal yesterday, so I wanted to start there today so I wouldn't forget again.
Glad you fixed it.
Yeah, thank you.
6:11, we'll get into Ron Roberts, the new defensive coordinator at Arkansas. We're hearing from him for the first time after the first day of camp. It was really hot out there yesterday, and but it looked like, by all accounts, they had a really good first day. That isn't. I think you almost have to qualify everything now when you talk about Razorback football. If you say something good, it's like, wow, it was the first day. They don't have pads on. They can't play real football until you have pads on. But for a day one, you evaluate one day as one day, the first day of fall camp. I think you would rather hear that than, boy, we went out there today and we don't have a team.
It is funny.
Is no team.
It is funny you say that. It's like if you say anything good about Arkansas football, listen to the media. When a media member says something about Arkansas football, it does always seem to come with a qualifier. I mean, I know it's early, and I know they only won 2 games last year, and I know they've been picked last, and I'm not saying they're going to win the league. I mean, everybody does it.
It also happens with Silverfield. Like, whatever he says, like, the lights aren't bright enough in here. It's like, that's not going to help us win games.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
need new paint on the walls. We need to do this. That's not going to help us win games. And then now he's going without sugar, alcohol, and social media the whole season. Is that going to help us win games? That people will say. I like the attention to detail. I like the idea of being in. And when I talk to players over there, they like it too. We got to get over ourselves, man. And I know it's probably going to take a winning season to do that, but at some point, this stuff is just, I'm going to use the word unhealthy. Like, the idea of a lens that is already clouded with negativity when you start something new. This is not Chad Morris. This is not anybody else that was previously here. This is a new situation, and you've got somebody that's trying really hard and trying to push all the right buttons and raise the money and do all that. I think we need to just take the glasses. What do you call the thing that comes with your sunglasses that we got from McDonald Eye, Chuck, that I let you borrow the other day to clean your sunglasses?
Oh, that little cloth thing?
Yeah,
Microfiber
cloth. We all need to just purchase one of those and just kind of rub off our Razorback glasses. Just clean them off a little bit and just start over. Like, what if we could just start from zero today? Everything's brand new. The past doesn't matter. It's not going to affect us. Everything is a new tab. It's a new slate. They've redone the restaurant. The running tab you had that had gotten up to $895 that you hadn't paid has been forgiven. You are in a new position. It's new. And when something happens that reminds you of the past, you just remind yourself that this is new. And then we'll talk about it in 3 years and see if our glasses have gotten all smudged up again. Why don't we just try that? I mean, it's not a horrible idea. That's the challenge. If Silverfield's going to give up alcohol and sugar and social media for the entire football season, can you just wipe the smudges off your glasses?
I should do the same thing. No sugar.
Could you do that?
I don't know.
For
No
a 4
alcohol?
or 5 month football season. Oh, the sugar and alcohol.
That would benefit
I
me
don't.
greatly.
I don't think that would be. I mean, it would require a major commitment,
Right.
but it would be much simpler than the internet and social
Oh,
media.
yeah. Well, I
stuff.
can't. In a
We
perfect
can't.
world, I
We
could,
can't
but
do
I
that.
can't.
Well,
you know?
but here's the thing, and Bo and I were talking about this earlier. If it was just you, if you were isolated,
Right.
and everybody else was as isolated as you are, you could pull it off.
Sure.
3 or 4 days, everybody would adjust. But when the rest of society continues to operate with sugar, alcohol, and the internet, and you're not doing it, it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Your wife continues to bake you cookies
Yes.
and bring you Warfield whiskey.
Yeah, and
drive you
gets
nuts.
really
Honey, I'm glad you're home.
gets really interesting,
Yeah.
like pregnant cravings.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
you know.
It's
So-
Just kind of tag along for the ride.
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be really, really. I mean, in our business without the internet, we couldn't do it. I
That's
mean,
right. That's the
we
problem.
we just couldn't exist.
But the alcohol and sugar,
It could be done. I mean, it could be. I'm not saying it'd be simple, but it could
well,
be
simple, not easy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's simple, not easy. Bart, what will you give up for Razorback football to be successful this year?
Yeah, we should do a Razorback Lent.
None of
Razorback
those things.
Lent.
See, Bart won't wipe
That
off his glasses.
That just makes me roll my eyes, man, when I hear that. If I'm being honest, and that's not has nothing to do with Ryan Silverfield. It's anytime I
Bart's just
ever
rolling his eyes.
anytime I ever hear a coach or a
Stupidest bunch of
player
stuff
or
I've
anybody
ever
say
heard.
that, I'm just like, man, just don't say that. Like, that's fine if you're doing that. Just don't say that. I don't know what the point is.
The point is about being all in.
Cool. Like
That's what you have smudges on your glasses.
That's the bad attitude.
That's the
right there.
attitude.
Well,
It's
no,
gonna
I'm
hold us
sorry.
back.
Like, I just don't. I don't hear a lot of stuff. Like, I'm just like, it was I don't think we got to it yesterday, but the whole snooze button thing came up again, or whatever. There was a video of him talking about that again, and I was just like,
Talking to the team.
come on, man. Like, I can't with that. Like, let's just coach some ball, play some ball, and not like, I don't ever want to hear that again.
Well, that's what Pittman did. He just coached some ball. I mean, everybody's their own person.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody's
I know.
their own.
I know.
Like, every personality's different.
I understand that. I just every time I hear stuff like that,
You think of Chad
I
Morris.
cringe.
That's what it does for you because you have the
Yes.
Chad Morris smudge on your glasses.
do, man.
Yeah.
You really do.
You
and
really
it
do.
gives you.
You gotta
PTSD.
wipe the
Tell me
Chad-
tell
you
me
gotta
I'm
wipe
wrong
the
though. and
Chad Morris
Tell me
off
I'm
those
wrong in
glasses,
how it
man.
sounds though.
There have been plenty of others who have not succeeded the way that people want them to succeed. So I mean, you got to wipe Chad Morris off. He's not the only one that was shown the door. Just to be brutally
Ryan
honest about
Silverfield's
it.
not Chad Morris. He had 55 wins.
I'm not
when he
saying
came
I'm
in.
not saying he is. I'm just saying I don't ever want to hear that stuff. I do not care.
So
like
if anybody
it
says
sounds
if he was-
it
if he
sounds
was-
like a joke,
If
man.
if he was talking to us as grown men, sounds like a joke. He just happened to be he was talking to his team, and there was video of it. And so when you see video of it, it's like, well, he's talking to us. No, he's not. He's talking to the locker room. You just happen to be seeing it.
I understand.
And when you're talking to kids, that's not a bad thing to say.
And not every day this football season is going to be great. And you got to prepare your group for the days when things aren't great. Because if you don't watch yourself on those days, things can go from bad to worse. And we've seen that. And you've got to prepare your team for those days. And sometimes that involves saying stuff that as grown men we roll our eyes at. I get that. I'm not dismissing what you're saying. But I also know he ain't talking to me.
I know.
He's not talking to me.
I know he's not.
He's talking to a 19-year-old.
I know.
Who may be smarter than me. I don't know. But
what if, just go with me for a second. What if, Bart?
Dream with me.
Every day you didn't hit the snooze button.
I don't ever hit the snooze button. First of all.
What if every day the alarm went off and you immediately leapt out of bed with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind?
How often do you get to your second alarm, though?
Not very often.
Oh, okay.
I wish I could.
That's a loophole. That's
you
an
guys
alarm
are
clock
young.
loophole.
You won't understand this. I wish I could get to my first alarm, and that'll happen to you guys one day.
Look, I'm just saying, like, they
don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
cutting out sugar and alcohol and the internet is not going to help Arkansas win any more football games.
No.
How do you know that?
Because that's just common sense, man.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think circling the wagons and shutting out the outside world has some value? I'm not saying 365 days a year. I'm not saying you live your life by circling the wagons and shutting off the outside world. But there are times, anybody that's worked for a living, anybody that works for a company, anybody that's built a career, there are times in your career where you've taken 5 or 6 months and you've circled the wagons. I mean, you have to do that. And to the outside world, it's like, man, he's losing his mind. He's going crazy. Well, not really. He's just circling the wagons for a little while. Again, I know some of this stuff sounds silly. I've heard it all the same way you have.
That's all I'm saying.
I've heard it the same way you have.
Sounds silly.
But I have come to the realization that they're not talking to us.
If he's coming off his second national championship and he says the exact same thing, it suddenly doesn't sound silly. Exactly.
Right. But that's an entirely different situation, right? That's when you say something like that. That's when you have the cachet to say something like that.
He's not trying to have cachet. He's just being.
I'm not going to win this one, so that's fine.
Well,
4:45 in the morning. You know what you're going to do? You're going to hit the snooze button for losers. A snooze button saying, I'm not ready for what today has in store for me. So guess what? We're going to sit there and say, yeah, that alarm goes off. I'm hitting the damn ground saying, hell yeah. August 7th, alarm goes off. I'm hitting that button. I'm getting in bed. I'm jumping out of bed. I'm saying, hell yeah. What does today have in store for me? Have a sense of urgency.
6:22. Don't hit the snooze button. A coach that's won 55 games.
What are you talking about?
Oh, let's just see where this goes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey starts with 100% local Idaho barley, distilled through Scottish copper pot stills, and aged in Idaho's mountain climate, where the elevation and temperature swings create a depth of flavor you won't find anywhere else. Now Arkansas owned, Warfield is crafting something genuinely different. American Single Malt with real roots and real craft behind it. Find it at select spirits retailers nationwide or visit drinkwarfield.com. Hey, Hey, when it comes to pizza, nobody does it like Gusano's. Chicago style since 2004. Don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7. You can get $1 off drafts, wells, and house wine. Plus, their happiest hour from 5 to 6 features $1.50 domestic drafts. And exciting news, a second Fayetteville location is coming in late August, right on the corner of Joyce and College. Gusano's Pizza in Northwest Arkansas, Fort Smith, Texarkana, and Joplin.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise. World-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, 1 great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirit retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
At Paschal, comfort and quality are well within reach. For over 50 years, homeowners have trusted them for world-class service. Every detail matters. Right now, get a brand new high-efficiency AC and furnace system starting at just $79.99, with payments as low as $100 a month. No shortcuts, no surprises, just Paschal quality at a price more families can afford. Same week installation is available, so click over to gopaschal.com to schedule.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Everybody wants to win. When you, as a fan or a person or whoever, make everything about winning, you're saying that only winning is acceptable. And I guarantee you, you don't win every single day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Let's go to the Gusano's Pizza Hotline. Welcome in JR from Shady Grove, 877-377-6963. Good morning, JR. What's going on?
Good morning.
JR, how are you? Great.
Good. How you guys doing?
Lovely.
Good. You know, I understand what Bart's saying. I understand what he's getting at there. But, you know, the whole idea behind this is, you know, if Nick Saban gets in there and says something like that, then everybody's like, you know, this is, you know, how it's going to be because of his record that he has as credentials. He has legitimacy in what he says. And, you know, we've gotten used to this idea that, you know, when you come in and start doing the little things, and I really think that's what he's trying to get at with these kids, is trying to get them to understand that every part of their day and their effort that they put into what they're doing needs to be, you know, examined and make sure that they're doing this for what they're wanting to do for, you know, for playing football and getting out there. And that goes with anything in life that you do, you know, and he's trying to establish something. I think it's a good thing. I really do. I think it's, you know, attention to detail. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand, though, it sounds like a broken record because we've gotten so used to hearing that stuff go down. But he's trying to establish something. So I think there's some credence to what he's saying by doing that. So
one thing I think people need to remember is sometimes when you're 18 and 19, you need to hear stuff like that. Now, as a 25 or 30-year-old, 40-year-old, maybe not. But as an 18-year-old, look, I can look at the roster and go through some names from guys who've been here a couple of years. Some of them need to be talked to like that. Some of them need a, kick in the rear, just like we all did when we were that age. I got no problem with that stuff. Again, is it the difference between going, 8-4 and 4-8? I don't know about that. But it might be the difference for that kid, somewhere down the road. And so that's why you do it.
Well, we got to turn off the other smudge or wipe it off our glasses, too. Where is that going to win us football games? That question, like you sell the stadium, but is that going to win us football games? You're all in. Is that going to win us football games? Like
by itself, probably not.
No.
Collectively, maybe
No,
so.
Exactly. My point is it's almost becoming humorous to me that we literally walk around with dirty glasses because of everything that's happened. And I just think personally, like if that's the attitude you have in something, it's going to be hard to come out of it. It's like when you're playing golf. I hate to always use a golf analogy, but it's so easy. Like you hit a bad shot, you're like, God, I suck. And then it's like you hit another one, and it's like, there's nothing I can do about this. And that mentality is just hard to get out of. It's like, dear Lord, would something please happen good on this next shot to change my whole mind? Because otherwise I'm just going to live here. And it's as though some of us are waiting for some amazing thing to happen and to wipe our glasses off. And until then, we're just refusing. We're refusing to have a fresh outlook on anything because of things that have happened in the past.
Well, one of the popular phrases in sports is trust the process. Saban said it, so it was brilliant. And so now
Calipari said it recently.
Now everybody else says it. And trust the process is one of the popular terms now. Well, the process, when you've been bad for a number of years, it's very difficult. And that process includes literally starting from the very beginning. Look at Arkansas's SEC record over the last decade and tell me that they're not justified going back to literally, you put one foot in front of the other. Put your left foot in front of your right foot, then your right foot in front of your left foot, and before you know it, you're walking. That's literally where they are starting from. And so when they say things like this, as bad as it, may make you feel like, God, I'm so sick of hearing that stuff. I get that part. But that's where we are. We are starting again from the very beginning. That's what happens when you bring in a whole new regime. And Ryan Silverfield is starting this thing from literally the very beginning. That's the way he has to approach it. And I get it. And I hope it works.
When we come back, what Bart would say to the team if he was invited as a guest speaker at training camp. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. They offer flex banking. That helps you with your kids. You got a teenager. You need to have some money on a debit card for them. You want to manage that, but they're not in your account. And if they lose the card, you can just replace it. That's an idea of flex banking. But they can help you with all kinds of things. Personal, business, home loans. FSbank.com. Find them online. First Security Bank is helping Arkansas bank better every day. First Security Bank, member FDIC. Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes, we are. Yes. Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey guys, you're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino, featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted Best Casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach, at a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't, they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
If you enjoy fake AI generated stories,
I do,
and getting scammed on the internet,
I do.
Facebook is for you.
That's what I like. That's what I want.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Good or bad, if I would have came in and you said, hey, they were fourth in the country in rushing and seventh in scoring, you'd say, what do we got to do? Well, whatever happens, we got to do is we got to focus on us right now and how good can we get and what can we control. We control how well we practice, control how hard we work, and we can control, our alignment, our assignment, our responsibility, and do those things. So whatever it is, we got to get to work. You can't rest on the good stuff. I've been there too, and you can't say, oh, well, this is where we're at. We got to break. That was last year. I don't care.
Don't care about last year. Ron Roberts, 58-year-old defensive coordinator of the Razorbacks, fresh off a couple of seasons of a lot of takeaways. I think 42 takeaways over the last couple of years. What can he do with this Arkansas defense? It's a remade defense. And we'll talk to Trey Biddy at 8 o'clock as the media viewed some of practice yesterday. But the reports are, there's a lot of good things happening. The challenge is, can you give up your negative attitude for a year and let the season unfold as a new starting point? Ryan Silverfield, this isn't a new thing for him. He does this during the season. He gives up alcohol, sugar, and social media during the football season. So today we're having a conversation about Razorback Lent. What will you give up for the football season? And we'll give you.
What will you, or what could you?
What could you?
Okay.
What could you give up?
So in other words, you're not making a commitment. You're just saying, yeah, I could do it if I had to.
We could be hypothetical.
Yeah.
We could be hypothetical.
All right.
What
fair
would
enough.
you be willing to give up for a winning season this year? If it could make a difference, if you could make a difference, you might want to get started now. I was going to say you could wait till the actual regular season begins, like game week. But you might want to get off to a head start so that you've kind of gotten your body through the withdrawals or whatever between now and kickoff, because I don't know if it's going to help your negative attitude in week one.
When you think about it,
if you're doing it, if you start then.
Lent comes well before, like the Easter holiday. So,
40 days.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're inside 40 days.
What are you willing to give up? We're not asking for your money. It's just, we're not passing.
Well, if you'd like to send some,
if you'd like to Venmo me,
I mean, that's fine.
It's just my name.
If you'd like to send some money, that'd be great. But we're not asking for that. We're just asking for we're just asking for you to give something up. This isn't a payday. It's not Righteous Gemstones. What is Bart's favorite song?
There will come a payday, hallelujah, what a payday. There will come a payday someday, there will come a payday,
So,
hallelujah,
Bart
what a
is
payday. There will come a payday
What would you give up for
someday.
8 wins? What would you give up for an 8-4 season? 8-4 season.
Give up DoorDash?
Yeah.
Could you give up DoorDash, Chuck?
Nah,
I don't ever use it.
Maybe 10 wins. Maybe 10. Maybe 10.
You give up DoorDash for maybe 10.
Oh, God, I don't know. That's a big ask, man. Half my budget.
Why don't we just start with the...
You'd save money and the Hogs would win 10
no,
games.
there's no question.
There's
There's no
a
question.
lot of benefit in all of
hit
that.
the
There's no
drive-thru.
question. You're right.
Wow. You might find out that, you
Chuck, what's your
enjoy it.
go-to on DoorDash?
I'm not talking about it.
Let's open up the app
I'm
and
not
see the
talking about it.
recommendations.
I'm not talking about it.
I want to see the recently ordered tab
I'm not talking.
Do we have the clip from Silverfield where he's talking about it?
about
Giving up alcohol and sugar? And,
yeah, we should.
Because
Let me see if it's on.
he talks about DoorDash in it and says no more DoorDashing an Oreo Blizzard at 11 o'clock.
I swear, DoorDash makes 3/4 of their budget off college athletes, man, nationwide. I mean, DoorDash, they should be, their D should be on every college uniform in America. I guess they don't need to because they're all
they've already
using
got it.
I've got it here.
Yeah.
Shall we listen?
Let's
All
play
right.
it.
First, for me, it's just been one of those deals. I think as you get older and older, you realize I've got plenty of vices. As I've gotten older, and I realize, man, I don't sleep much already during the season, and a lot of you guys know that. That's how coaches are, just in general. And I was finding the things that were distracting me at all, right? Was like I give up sugar during the season. That doesn't mean like if it's in something I'm eating, but I'm not ordering the Oreo Blizzard at 11 o'clock on DoorDash anymore, right?
Somebody said,
See, he does DoorDash.
Is that something you do in the off season? He goes, oh, yeah. because I got some Oreo Blizzard on my pants
DoorDash,
from on the
right,
way,
like
way
come
over.
tomorrow. That's in the off season. Yeah, absolutely. I've got some stains on my pants right now from the Oreo I had on the way in.
Have you ever ordered ice cream off DoorDash?
No.
I have.
You have?
I have, yeah.
How does it come on DoorDash? Is it
Perfect.
still good?
It's perfect because
It's not melted?
I don't like I like the ice cream to have a little bit of a melt to it.
Just a little.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying I do this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just
No.
saying I've done it. I'm just saying I've done it.
I got to tell you, between this admission
I've witnessed it.
and the mushroom coffee, you're making strides. Like, I'm proud of you.
Would you give
You're
up mushroom
sharing.
coffee for 8 wins, Chuck?
Oh, gosh.
We know you have
I
a
give up
coffee.
mushroom
Good eye.
coffee for 1. I beat North Alabama, and I'm good.
Hit us on the Gasano's Pizza hotline, 877-377-6963. What would you consider giving up for 8 wins for football season?
I could do alcohol.
You would consider that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Let me ask you a personal question.
Uh-huh.
Did you check off some other things before you got to one you had mentioned?
Oh,
Be like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
How you do
yeah,
alcohol?
Yeah. We're not going to go.
I have a
We
shot.
wanna start with everybody's
We're not going to go.
list.
Yeah, let's get into everybody's vices
Let's
today.
let's get the list out, and we'll help each other decide.
Certain things are
is your vice?
non-negotiables.
Bart, why don't you start? What are your worst vices?
There are certain non-negotiables now.
Awesome. Would you mind, Bart?
We do this once a year. What are you struggling with?
It's Vice Thursday.
We do this the second day of training camp
Yes.
every year.
It's your worst
Fall
vice.
camp.
What is holding you back?
What is holding you back, Bart? What is it?
Oh, God.
Bart did.
Bart's laughing nervously.
Can I share something you told me in private off the air a moment ago about DoorDash?
And said, don't tell anyone.
Sure.
Bart said I had to limit myself to once a month on DoorDash.
Well,
he
no.
built a boundary.
What I mean,
It's not
what
very
you
much.
No, it's not.
what you discover is that like it's a colossal waste of money to
It is.
use DoorDash over and over and over and over again because of all the fees and all the hidden menu prices that are jacked up and everything. So like if you just like call a place and go pick up an order or whatever, yeah, you have to actually go somewhere and pick up the food, but you're going to save at least $5 every time.
So there's an added benefit, like giving up a lot of things.
But
There's
there
an
are
added
some
benefit.
people willing to pay that
Right, and that's
$5,
fine.
and therefore DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all these others are making
I'm
a
not,
bid.
I'm not judging or anything
Yeah,
like that.
sounds
I'm
like
just-
you are.
I'm just saying, like for me personally, I decided, you know what, I'm wasting a lot of money here. I'm not going to do
Why
it.
don't you
saying
get the
people that-
Dash Pass?
Yeah,
I have
you
it.
Save money. Oh well. So what you're saying is people that habitually use
And it's
DoorDash
still,
are
like-
stupid. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's
You're
not
calling
what I'm
them
saying
stupid?
at all.
You pay for convenience.
Careless
do.
with their money?
We
That's not what I'm
Americans,
saying
we
at
are
all.
we are
Yes.
about convenience.
We
I
are
know
about
I am.
convenience.
I don't like lines. I'm not patient.
I don't like lines.
I tell you what, I'm going to give up.
I'm not-
Here's one we can all do. We'll give up our impatience.
Good luck with that part.
Football season. It's Plunge Pool Thursday. Burton Pools and Spas, the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. Right now, installed plunge pool packages starting under $40,000. Stop by Burton Pools and Spas, 5 convenient locations. Visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. Good morning.
Well, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly. Don't be talking down to people, Bart.
I am going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For over 25 years, Pro Land Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, their team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you, your realtor, and your loan officer every step of the way. They're independently owned, so the only priority is you. Their relationships with national underwriters allow them to say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com and get a quote today. At Macadoodles, customer service is the #1 priority, and it starts at the top with founder Roger Gildehouse.
It starts with the guy running it. If you make customer service your #1 issue, my people, you couldn't find one that wouldn't tell you that what's the most important thing to Roger when we open these doors every day, and they would tell you customer service. We have to take care of the customer.
Macadoodles, prioritizing customers since 1997.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
At Paschal, comfort and quality are well within reach. For over 50 years, homeowners have trusted them for world-class service. Every detail matters. Right now, get a brand new high-efficiency AC and furnace system starting at just $79.99, with payments as low as $100 a month. No shortcuts, no surprises, just Paschal quality at a price more families can afford. Same week installation is available, so click over to gopaschal.com to schedule. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Chuck's still going to call all the games this year. We're going to listen to you come in here and be tired, and 65% of you is better than 100% of everybody else. We'll take it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That is true about you, Chuck. 65%.
You guys saying I come in here and complain about being tired?
No.
That's what I heard.
I'm saying
that's what I heard.
Well, when you get into the season, and I don't want to remind you of this, but when we get into the season and you're doing the shows at, the Catfish Hole, and, you're doing Razorback Football Live with Ryan Silverfield, you're doing, then Cal starts, the show that the coach's show with him. And you've got, all the shows going on. You got a game on the weekends. You got all that.
You're a naturally grumpy guy to begin with.
And you hobble in here sometimes at, limp in here about 65%. But 65% of you is Hall of Fame worthy.
I got you.
It's true.
I got you.
Bart, they have training camp speakers all over the country. The programs bring in training camp speakers.
Big money. It's big money.
If you were asked to speak to the team, where do you think you would go with your messaging to the Razorback football team? Would you bring up anything from the past?
Yes. Yes.
Would it be filled with qualifiers?
Because those who do not learn from the past are doomed to repeat it.
What would
We've
you
been
tell the
dooming
current?
ourselves
What
for
would
long
you tell
time
a
here.
new Razorback transfer about the past that could affect what they do this season?
That this program has been terrible for many, many years now.
That'll get them fired up.
And it's on you. It's on you.
Thank you, Bart. Thank you for coming. Thank you. All right, guys.
Those would be the last words you would say.
Hit the snooze. Don't hit the snooze button in the morning. We'll see you at 6. Say it just like that. This program has been terrible for many, many years now. Okay? Good night.
And good luck.
If I got to say anything else, we're in trouble. If that's not enough to get you fired up, if that's not enough to make you buckle both chin straps, we got no chance. No, go ahead. What? It was great. Let's think about it. You got paid $5,000 to come in and say this program.
That's your opening line.
Very
this
bad.
program has been terrible
For many, many years.
Many, many years.
And for that reason, we got rid of a lot of the guys who were responsible for that. We brought you in to change it.
Change it.
We brought you in to change it. So just don't suck.
There you
Where's
go.
my $5,000?
Don't
make
just
that check payable
don't
to
suck.
Bart.
BartPullman.com. Speaking engagements available to be booked today.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team of WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
At Paschal, comfort and quality are well within reach. For over 50 years, homeowners have trusted them for world-class service. Every detail matters. Right now, get a brand new high-efficiency AC and furnace system starting at just $79.99, with payments as low as $100 a month. No shortcuts, no surprises, just Paschal quality at a price more families can afford. Same week installation is available, so click over to GoPaschal.com to schedule.
I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, And having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by teamwork.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I do think that there is value in this because, look, I don't know how else to say it. As you build, if you're struggling, as you struggle, all of those things. Sometimes it's better to do it with kids from your own backyard than it is with kids that nobody knows anything about, because you root for kids from your own backyard. And that's one of the things, it's one of the reasons that I think it's important for all programs to sign in-state kids. And I know the portal is going to determine a lot of programs' fates. Maybe Arkansas is one of them. I don't know. But you got to have that core. I also think it grows the game. And it makes it fashionable. Now, you can say, well, it's football. I mean, what are you talking about? Football is already, you don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is, it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I'll just put it that way.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter. Or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Sorry to disappoint the media, but very rarely do I bring up the media in team meetings about motivation. It's hour 2 of practice. We're not thinking about what the media voted us, right? Hopefully we all practice pissed off, right? Hopefully we all want to be great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
It's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Plunge Pool Thursday. Get the weekend started early with a Plunge Pool, a Thursday pool from Burton Pool and Spa. Get in there, relax. Get the weekend started early this afternoon.
Pretty good.
Log on to BurtonPools.com, learn more. Ron Roberts spoke to the media yesterday. He's the Arkansas defensive coordinator, first-year defensive coordinator at Arkansas. He's been coaching for a long time. Spent the last couple of years at Florida. And, boy, it was hot yesterday. I would have all loved to get in a plunge pool after practice yesterday, and probably did. Some of them probably did in the indoor facility. Here is Ron Roberts on his defense.
That was tough as hell. I want it to be hard for people to find a way to get a first down. Hopefully they're going to say that we're very fundamentally sound, and we play extremely hard.
That's what he wants people to see out of his defense. What about this group? What makes this group something that would be better or different from last year?
Meeting extra, wanting to get better, wanting to improve, asking good questions, the intention, just probably the most so than anything is the extra time they put into things, And I stressed them pretty good this summer, mentally. I just told them I don't want to go into this thing. We're not going into year one. So we've got to get some kinks ironed out now. So we threw a bunch at them, tried to stress them mentally as much as we could this summer. I thought they did a really good job with it.
I really do expect to see almost a maybe night and day difference from the product on the field, the way that it's coached, the way that it looks, the way that it comes out and performs. I don't, again, know what that means and wins, but I think you're going to see a more sound defense. He said, and I don't know if we have this clip, I was reading it this morning, that they were better than anything they did in the spring. And some of that is the work they put in the summer. The habits that they developed over the summer, their intelligence, their willingness to work, make them one of the better groups he's seen in 35 years. That's quite a statement. I don't know the complete context, but when you've been coaching for 30-plus years and you say this is one of the better groups you got, we sit and view things from a distance as fans. When you go talk to individual players and then you kind of pay attention to individual players and you're able to see inside the building when most people don't get to see that. You can watch some of it on Hogs Plus, I guess. You get a little bit different feel. Like they went out and they got players that they thought were intelligent, that they could coach, that had some upside that they could get. And I think they feel like they put a pretty good group together. Now, this isn't the star-studded group that you have at LSU in the portal, but they've got a roster that is full of guys who are willing to work hard. And you're starting over. Nobody's patient, especially in this portal world where you can do everything in 1 year. But I really think the best approach, the approach I'll take, is you're starting from zero here. Like, the past is over, and it shouldn't impact anything you do today. But as fans, we have a really hard time letting go of that, and we kind of view things through a negative lens because you've got a tab of seasons that have gone horribly wrong for several years.
See, I'm going to offer a thought. I don't think it's fair to ask fans not to feel that way. I mean, that's human nature. I mean, when you've watched it for a number of years, there's no way you cannot be skeptical about things. You wouldn't be normal. But when you hear coaches like Silverfield and Roberts and these other guys in these sound bites, I'll go back to what I said a little bit earlier in the show. I've always believed this. When you hear a coach talking to the media, you have to consider who he's talking to. Sometimes he's talking to you. Sometimes he's talking to his team. Sometimes he's just talking, just to get out of there. And you've got to consider all that when you try to find meaning in what these guys are saying. I'm going to tell you one of the things that I'm encouraged by on this defense, and it kind of goes back to maybe a little bit about what Silverfield said about social media. I don't care how a coach sounds in practice. I don't care if he says all the right things when he's mic'd up. I don't care if he talks about energy. I don't care about any of that stuff. I kind of like the fact that Ron Roberts has been around the block more than once. I kind of like the fact that he's got a grizzled quality to him. That's what I think of when I think of a defensive coordinator. Talking the talk and all that stuff's good, I guess. But, we've talked a lot of talk on that side of the ball for 2 or 3 years now, and we just didn't back very much of it up. And so, when I look at the personnel, just to be brutally honest, when I look at the personnel, I do see some guys who can make some plays. I think Brad Shaw can make plays. Bradley Shaw's a good linebacker. Bradley Shaw's from Hoover, Alabama. They signed him. He played early. He's a good player. I think Joker Johnson is going to be a good cornerback. I think Kamori House, if he can adapt to this star position, I think he's a guy who can make some plays. I think Miguel Mitchell can make some plays. I think Quincy Rhodes can make some plays. Now, here's my question. Can you put some pressure on the quarterback? If you can put pressure on the quarterback, we talk about turnover margin. We talked about that yesterday in terms of the offense. And most of the time when we talk about turnover margin, we're talking about the offense. But the defense has got to play their role too. And if you don't put any pressure on the quarterback, you're not going to have many turnovers. You're not going to have many picks. You're not going to force many fumbles. So to me, when I look at, he talks about the youth on the defensive line. Can these guys grow up really fast? He talked about the need for them to grow up very quickly, how they threw a lot at them, how they asked them to do things that, you don't normally ask kids to do in the course of a summer. That's because that's what's going to be required for Arkansas to be better on that side of the ball. I think they will be. I just don't know how much better.
I think all that's well said. They got guys that they went out and got to make plays. I think anybody can feel how they want to feel. But when it carries over to this year and none of these guys were really a part of that, like you got a Quincy Rhodes that come back, KJ Jackson, whatever. But a lot of these guys, they weren't here. This coaching staff wasn't here. So we're carrying all the baggage. We're bringing the baggage.
Right.
They're not bringing any baggage.
You're right.
They're coming in trying to do something different.
And let me say this about the players who are holdovers, the 20 or so that are still here. These guys are good players. I mean, the guys that stayed, it's not like the dead weight stayed. A lot of the dead weight's gone. The players that are back, like Shaw and Quincy Rhodes and some of these guys are good football players, and they can help you win.
Here's what I was referring to that Ron Roberts said about this group earlier.
Like most of the guys we recruited in the portal, we were looking for guys that, had a skill set, was always great, but we were looking for guys that loved football. We were looking for guys that had that were smart enough, that could have a higher learning capacity, football IQ. So we hunted those guys, especially on defense. That was the thing. I was hunting some guys that obviously that if it gets rocky, they're going to fight through it, and they ain't going to run and tuck your tail, and they ain't going. We've got a challenge ahead of us. It's not going to be all roses every time. We know that, but if you're going to get there, you're going to have to fight it. And when the obstacles come and adversity hits, you got to strike. You got to button it up and go back to work. And I think we did a great job of identifying those type of kids.
This is all just coming out of day one of fall camp.
I think it showed today a lot of things that we did out there. Just probably the elimination of a lot of mental mistakes, errors, things like that got cut down. I think our guys did a great job. I've been extremely impressed with our players of how intelligent and how hard they've worked. And it's been impressive. One of the better groups I've been around in 35 years.
They, again, during the summer, now you're allowed to do more on the field with players than you once were. You can do groupings more on the field in the summer than you once could. But when you're a new coach and a new staff, when he's talking about, and in a couple of those sound bites, smart kids, intelligent kids, they've spent a lot of time in the classroom, so to speak, over the course of the summer. And again, you can do more on the field than you once could. But retention, when you talk about having a good first day of fall camp, as they call it, that's retention from all the things that when you were in the building in the summer that you were learning. You're not going to have a good first day if you don't have real retention from what you learned over the summer months.
That's the result. It's actually day one of fall camp, but it's the result of how you did over the summer.
Right. And because if you don't do those things, you really are starting from day one. I mean, it is really a day one. What yesterday was day one as a team on the field. It was not day one in terms of building the program. So, still, we can talk about all this stuff until we're blue in the face. You got to win ball games. But if you don't do a lot of this stuff, you don't have a chance to win any game.
I'm just covering what's happening as it happens.
Yeah.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. It's the show of record for Razorback fans. What are your thoughts? 877-377-6963. And what will you give up for 8 wins? What would you be willing to give up for 8 wins this year? Silverfield says he gives up alcohol, sugar, and social media during the season. What might you be willing to give up?
Any of those 3 for 8? Would you give up any of those 3 for 8?
Any of those 3
now,
for
10?
Yeah.
Different deal, you know?
Jittery
That's
for
right. Yeah,
10?
that's right.
10? ProLand Title is going to bring us breakfast this morning. They do it every morning. Bart went to get it, but they take care of it. Cheer for the pigs. Close with the pros at ProLand Title. 45 offices in Arkansas and independently owned, which gives them the ability to say yes and put you first more often than others. Yes, because they can do transactions other companies may not be able to. They have a large relationship, a huge range of national underwriters because of their great relationships. ProLandTitle.com is the website. ProLand Title, cheer for the pigs, and close with the pros. Man, just think, what's today? August 6th?
Yeah.
By this time next week, kids will be in school. And the 17th is when classes start at the University of Arkansas. So, if you wanted to do something.
Where did summer go?
Fun,
wow.
1 month from today, the Hogs will have played their first game.
What?
Yeah.
1 month from today.
September 5th. Will be a day after.
So it's 30 days. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm thinking, like, how is it 1 month from today? That
1
means they
month
would've
later
played.
is September 6th.
Yeah.
That's my.
There it is.
That's where I'm trying.
So 1 month from an actual game.
Yeah.
But we've got a game tonight, don't we? We got
That's
the
right.
Hall of Fame game?
Hall of Fame game.
You got action on it tonight, Edward?
No action. I'm going to tune in for the love of the game.
Really?
For the love of the game.
love of the game.
For the love of the game. For the love of the game until it comes on.
I love
And then the
NFL
love of
football.
something else.
I love the NFL.
Well, when you brought up
I'm all
Carson
about it.
Beck yesterday, and you
Yes.
mentioned the last pass in the college
Yeah.
season and the first pass in the pro season, I'm thinking, Edwards got action. He's
No,
got
action.
prop bets working.
I don't even have a betting
Yeah.
app on my phone.
Really?
Are you giving up?
I'm giving it
Are
up
you
for
giving up
Razorback
gambling for
Lent.
football season?
Yeah,
Yes.
giving it up for Razorback Lent.
No, it'll probably come back soon.
Resurface.
Yeah.
The truth is, most of us aren't willing to give anything up. 7:15, the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Let's just be frank. There's been some football games the last few years that have driven people to drinking.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
Hey, at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, you can save up to $12,000 off MSRP on Silverados. It's the freedom to save right now at Chevy of Fayetteville. Save up to $12,000 on new 2026 Silverados. Plus, make no payments for 90 days during the Freedom to Save event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Blakeman's isn't just where Arkansas gets engaged. It's where you go to have a wonderful experience.
Every touch point matters, and I think what we show off best is Cafe B. It's Onyx Coffee by Blakeman's. Cafe B, we're offering the best coffee in the country, complimentary. I feel so fortunate to be able to go to work there every day. Big windows, the open lighting, the warm environment, and again, the cafe. It's the best.
Blakeman's, where every day is a diamond. He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Chuck, unbeknownst to any of us, Hal got his iPad working to watch the British Open on his own.
I play the role of dumb blonde sometimes, but the reality is I am very skilled when it comes to the iPad.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, it's huge. And, you know, going back, the very first metrics article I wrote in the magazine was way back in 1995. And it was turnovers equals turnaround, and it had 75% of the teams that had negative double-digit turnovers improved their record the next year, and teams that had positive double-digit turnovers got weaker the next year, and it stayed true for all 31 years of the magazine so far. It's generally going to be a 2 to 3 game advantage for the next year if you do that, and perhaps even more. I've seen teams go from the bottom of a conference to the top after having negative double-digit turnovers one year and then go back to the positive turnovers. So turnovers are something that sometimes it's a luck factor, and there's a lot of things in the magazine with that.
Phil Steele joined us yesterday. And
he's always good.
One of the things he had to say was that about turnovers. And we got into it a little bit yesterday. Can Arkansas be much better in that category? Both taking the ball away and hanging on to it.
Yeah.
Not just hanging on to it and not turning it over. You're going to have a couple of those, most likely. But defensively, can you create some chaos? You mentioned getting to the quarterback earlier.
That's where it all starts to me. You're not going to give a quarterback time to throw and expect to pick off passes. That's not going to happen. You can't not stop the run and just suddenly go force a fumble. I mean, fumbles and things like that, you go back, and we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. A lot of times when there's a fumble, there's a missed block preceding it. And so, you know, there's just a lot of things that go into it. But it would be nice if Arkansas could force some, because when you think of turnovers, again, you think of valuing the ball when you've got it. But you got to take it away some, too.
Arkansas has 7 teams on their schedule that are ranked in the coaches poll, the preseason poll.
Wow.
Top 25. Number 3, Georgia. Number 4, Texas. Number 8, Texas A&M. Is Ole Miss on the schedule this year?
No.
Number 13, LSU. 18, Tennessee. 21, Utah. And number 25, Missouri. I mean,
it's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how many of those finish in the top 25. But Arkansas every year routinely plays, I don't know, like 5, 6, 7 top 25 teams.
And I don't see any way around that. When you're playing 9 games in the league, now you're probably not going to continue to schedule a ranked team, for a non-conference game. I mean, you may every once in a while, but generally speaking, probably it's not in your best interest to keep doing that. But when you play in the SEC, and until you flip where you are, and suddenly you're a tougher game for the other guys than you have been in a while, some of that stuff begins to flip and change. But for right now, those are the ones Arkansas has got to climb to. And the only way you do that is to beat them.
We'll see how many top 25 wins Arkansas can get this year. That would be necessary to get to 6 wins.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to knock off probably 2 top 25 teams to get to 6 wins. South Carolina and Missouri in Fayetteville are the games that Phil Steele pointed out yesterday as Arkansas being an underdog still, but not as big of an underdog in the rest of their SEC games on the schedule. He also had Utah as a 14-point favorite. Even though he cited their offensive and defensive lines as being new and, they're not quite certain what they've got there, he still thinks Utah is a 14-point favorite, and probably a lot of that, or half of that, 14 points, is playing on the road at night in that stadium.
Yeah, and I'm sure the atmosphere that night will be difficult for the road team, and it's going to be hard for Arkansas to go out there and play well and win. Doesn't mean they can't do it. It's just going to be hard for them to do. But, you talked about the 7 ranked teams. That means 5 of them aren't. Go win some ball games. That way, if you do knock off a couple of those ranked teams, it really matters. I mean, really matters. It's not just an upset that, is a blip on the radar. Those teams that you're trying to catch that are not that far above you, that aren't ranked, go get those games. I think those 5 are really important.
I'm looking at the schedule now. I don't know if they'll have 5 when they play them that aren't ranked. You get North Alabama and Tulsa that aren't ranked. Utah will probably be ranked when they play them. Georgia, A&M will be ranked. Tennessee likely to be ranked. Vanderbilt maybe. Missouri maybe.
I don't know, maybe.
Auburn maybe. So those might be 3 games right there that aren't. South Carolina maybe. Texas and LSU will be. So the other thing is, how are these other seasons going to develop for these teams that are on the schedule by the time you end up playing them? Phil brought up the point that you're playing Utah early, which is probably a bonus because they've got some inexperience up front. They've got a new head coach, and maybe you're catching them early. Maybe that's good. Of course, Arkansas is dealing with everything being brand new, and that's their first real test. And it's going to be on the road.
And it's a real trip.
Yeah,
and that's a real road trip, too. That's a long way from home, in a place you don't go every year, hostile environment.
Utah gets a couple extra days of rest. They open the season on a Thursday.
Yeah. Well, and they're playing an SEC school. And every school from another conference that's playing an SEC school acts like they're playing a vintage Alabama team. So they'll be fired up to play.
Who's Utah opening the season with on that Thursday? Idaho.
The Vandals.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
The
Go
best
Vandals.
performance to date. So what time's that game? And What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. So about a month from now, we need to make plans for this. By the way, has anybody scheduled a wedding on a Razorback game day that you've got to attend this year, this fall?
No.
I've seen a text or two about it. Sterling's in Center Ridge while Bart looks up that opening Thursday night for Utah against
8
Idaho.
o'clock.
8
o'clock Central.
That's a late
7
Is
o'clock.
that ESPN?
ESPNU.
Yeah.
8 o'clock Central?
8 o'clock Central.
Your first look at Utah.
So 9 o'clock out there?
Playing a game.
No, 7 o'clock out there.
Or 7 o'clock. Yeah, I guess that's right.
Sterling, good morning.
Hey, guys. You're talking about scheduling weddings on the Razorback Saturday. This will probably be the first year that I won't be totally pissed off if somebody did. But
Sterling, what's with this dark cloud thing, man? It's like following you around every day. This is not the Sterling I know and love.
What I'm talking about.
What's happening
He's beat
right
down.
now?
He's got to snap out of it. He's
What's
got to wipe the
going
glasses
on
off.
here?
It's just been, last year was so terrible as far as the Razorback goes. The handicapping was good, but I just done lost a little faith. I just done lost a little faith in the football program. The whole athletic program is doing a good job. The football, I just don't see how we can come out of it. The only thing that gives me any solace is the fact that Indiana is the reigning national champion, and I know what they've been my whole life. So if it wasn't for that, I'd be even lower, Chuck. But
Indiana's got you. Indiana's propping you up for being 6 feet under.
Right, exactly.
Now, Sterling, what's going to happen? What's going to happen when they beat North Alabama? Okay. And we're getting ready to go to Utah, and the Spirit's starting to move you. You're going to tell me. You're going to tell me that week after that first win that there's going to be no spirit. There's going to be no nothing. I don't believe that, Sterling. I think you'll be back on the bus by the time we go to Utah.
It's going to be totally dependent on how well they play, and I ain't talking about the final score. I'm talking about the eye test, how they look, how to tackle it, how clean they play. And even then, it's gonna be tough, Chuck. It's gonna be tough.
Well, I'm not saying it's not gonna be tough. I'm not saying that.
Now, I ain't talking about winning the game. I'm talking about me getting up for it.
I understand. I understand.
Sterling, let me. Can I ask you a question about this?
Yes, sir.
Because you're a good needle on, if you're looking at moving the needle. Sterling's a good needle.
Good barometer
for Razorback fans. So when I say, like, hey, why don't we just try to, like, flush the past and start over here and have, like, a fresh perspective and judge everything that's happening now and not about things that have gone on in the past. How hard is that for you to do, and what would it take to get you there?
It'll be very hard because I'm still think that programs are what they are. They go up and down a little bit based on the coach, but like Alabama has won. Everybody ever coached Alabama has won 10 games. I don't care how bad you think the coach is. He done had at least one season that he wins at least 10 games. And I just feel like sometimes the program elevates the coach, and when you get the matchup, when you get a Saban with an Alabama, you get what you get. You get Urban Meyer with Ohio State. You get what you get. So what it's going to take for me, what it would take is for Silverfield to somehow do what he did with FedEx with Walmart. And then it'll be over with. I would not lose faith ever again because I was thinking I'm always got a chance when I got that behemoth of the biggest retailer in the world behind the program. That'd be what it takes for me to get 100%. About like Tyson is with basketball. I still have faith that even without John Calipari, that is, as long as we got the backing of the finances, that somebody eventually gonna get in there and take advantage of it.
That's interesting.
That's what it would take.
That's interesting. We talked about this a lot last year about how it's way more than a football coach. And I think we talked about this during the coaching search. Sterling, thanks for the call. I know you got to get back to work. We always appreciate you jumping in here. But we focus so much on the coach, and we spent time talking about, hey, there's a lot more things involved here. And we're starting to see people recognize and realize that. Arthur texted in a little bit earlier, Chuck, that there's, it's not just about the coach. And some of this is when you're paying players, do the players do what they're supposed to do? But in college, we've always just, like, from a distance, we don't go very deep. We just talk about, well, fire the coach. Get a new coach. That'll fix everything.
If we even know who the coach is
yeah.
when it comes to the pros. But it is interesting to me anyway in college. I actually thought Arthur made a good point there that in college as fans – we are still of the mindset that, and look, I am too, that if you're good, it's because of the coach. If you're bad, it's because of the coach. In the pros, half the teams out there, you don't even know who the coach is. The point was these players are getting paid a lot of money. And, there's got to be some accountability there as well.
It's one of the things that's an issue with NIL. What are you getting for the money that you're paying a player?
And how can they handle the money?
Like when you pay Teamwork Roofing and Construction, you know what you're getting. You know you're getting something in return. You know you can get it, something you're going to count on, believe in, and will be well done, and you got exactly what you paid for. I mean, that's what they've built their reputation on. That's what they'll do for you. And they'll help you with financing if you need that. TeamWorkBuilt.com. That's the website, TeamWorkBuilt.com. Log on to that. Check it out. Get a quote today. Built on quality, powered by Teamwork Roofing and Construction.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our base. I mean, you call them wackos if you want.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you, now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, TeamWorkBuilt.com. TeamWorkBuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach. At a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past, decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that
honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
Let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the outside. I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. It is, when you stop and think about it, we poke holes in it, but I mean, it is amazing what is out there in terms of artificial intelligence, but yet, every time I read it, I don't worry as much about the future of mankind.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
7:38, National Fresh Breath Day. Try to keep that in mind as you
navigate through your day.
You hit the door today.
Can you smell my breath?
And maybe bring back a little social distancing at times. You know, part of that wasn't all bad. The social distancing of the with fresh breath could be helpful. If you don't have it, you just take a step back.
Some days you can hide behind that mask.
Yeah,
you could just
there
hide.
were some benefits to that. Did you see this thing in Akron where the season ticket holders are going to be up to win a promotion? Akron is the latest to test the waters of the sport with fan promotion. Unlike any other, one season ticket holder can be the offensive coordinator of the game. The Zips announced the unique promotion Tuesday, which the winner can script the opening drive of Akron's home opener against Robert Morris on September 12th. All season ticket holders are automatically entered into a random drawing for the promotion, according to Akron. For every new season ticket holder a current one successfully refers, they'll receive additional entries.
Wow. You got multiple chances to call the first series.
A winner will then be selected at random on August 19th from eligible entrants. What if Arkansas announced that they were going to let a fan script the opening series, the opening drive?
They would be the laughing stock of all of college football.
Well, they're going to have the coach to help them just call the play.
Well, yeah.
Because you can't go into the huddle. All right, guys, we're going to run the smoke draw on 3. Ready, break.
Smoke draw. That's awesome.
It's got to be a little more detailed than that.
I'm pretty sure that this is going to not be exactly what it appears to be. You don't just get the headset and get to call a game. Some Phillies fan won an auction to call an inning. It was in the third inning last night. And the guy sounds like he's been preparing for it his whole life.
Yeah. He
making dreams come true. But I don't think you just go out there and put the headset on and call a few plays. I think they probably call you into the office.
I think Joe Moorhead, the head coach at Akron, probably has like a group of like 20 plays. And it's like, here, we'll pick 10 of these.
Oh, I don't even think there's 20.
Yeah, there might not be. Might not be.
I think he will be offering some very strong suggestions about why you might want to call this play here.
Yeah.
These opening drives are usually scripted already.
They are.
Right.
That's how you want to start. And but it would be interesting to hear. I want to hear from the fan on what the experience was like when it's all over.
And
Spider to Y banana.
Yeah, what's
John Gruden?
What's the fan going to do when like the defense doesn't line up the way you think they're going to, and you got to change the play? I mean, it's hot
route.
I mean, it's well, I wish him well. I do.
The quarterback just
I wish
changes
him
the
well.
play. They call the play.
That's right.
Joe Moorhead
Yeah.
says, you got this wristband, and this is actually what you're running.
It's like at the end of the
Wait, that's not what I called.
Yeah, it's like the end of the
They don't
first
even
series.
know.
Like, well, I didn't call any of those plays, and it's like, well, the defense didn't line up like it did when we were watching it on video.
That's right.
So instead of running the smoke draw on the first play,
instead of 4 verts,
Yeah.
max protect 4 verts.
Everybody go deep. I'll look for you.
Yeah, they run off tackle. Yeah, I was blitzing off the edge. We thought we could catch him. The Detroit Pistons, I don't know how many teams do this, but they had G League tryouts, charged people $250 to show up, and people showed up. And there's a video on social media, and it is really something.
They go to fantasy camps to do that kind
Yes,
of stuff. I mean, you might as well try out for a G League team.
One old boy couldn't make it up and down the court, and he kept having to pull his pants up. I mean,
Well,
seriously.
And
then he kind of stumble and fall down. I'm just telling you the truth.
Come on, man.
Watch the video.
I'm not. I'm not. Come on, man. I'm not directing that at you. I'm directing it at the guy.
Yeah.
That you're talking about. Like,
Paid
come
his
on, man.
$250 and got in there.
The winter league I played in was much more competent than.
Would you
what
pay
I did.
$250 to try out for a G League team, Edward?
No.
What if we paid it for you and just
Yes,
videoed it?
yes.
What if you made the roster?
That would be awesome.
Would you think so? Have you heard about the G League?
No.
Ask
well,
our
I would
friend
be very
Charles
hungry, and I'd be
Bediaco.
on commercial
Yeah.
flights. So
I'll put it this way. We stayed in the same hotel as a G League team on this West Coast swing. Razorbacks were on last March. Arkansas came back from practice. Their snack, pre-meal snack, was far more elaborate than the G League players' dinner. I mean, these G League players are living like true minor leaguers now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is sack lunch, sack supper.
Well, I'm not a complainer.
I didn't say you
I'll
were.
I'll be okay.
I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
not all it's.
I also
cracked up to
never
be.
experienced the the luxurious top 25 college treatment. Like big program. So I'm not like Charles.
Well, I get that,
Bet
but
you
when you watch the
I'd
G
be
League,
okay.
it's just not glamorous. Is what I'm saying.
That's all right.
It's
It's a
really
Spartan existence.
I was
like this.
I was surprised to see when I turned on that game. Happened into a G League game last year, and it looked like they were playing, in an auxiliary gym at Fayetteville High School.
They pretty
How,
much
how
were.
much is a G League contract?
Base salary is $45,000.
Yeah.
Covers the standard 5 to 6 month regular season.
Yeah. When you're in a
Now,
major
if you
for the
get
year?
if you get a two-way contract, the minimum for that is $636,000.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I
there.
certainly don't think I would be getting a two.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
get an
not
Exhibit
what
10 bonus, if you get signed to an Exhibit 10 deal, $75,000 on top of the base salary.
Okay.
So you'd have to fight for the
I need to
X10.
start training.
Working on your shot. A little
Ramp
too.
up my training.
I don't think
200 shots a day.
Seriously,
Yes.
it's a great question. If you got paid $45,000 for 6 months to sit on the bench for a G League team, would you? And you paid $250 to make the team. Like, is it worth it?
Well, that's a good payout.
Did you really want to do that?
$250 for 45,000.
It's a
You
great
just sit-
gamble.
You get to sit at the end of the bench.
You
got
got to find something to do for the other 6 months. Of the year,
I
though.
think.
That's-
Yeah, I mean,
you'd
if
be
you get
so
your old
tired
job
of it.
back, yeah.
Yeah, if you get
You
your old
know.
job back. I think you'd be so tired of it in a month or two.
Ryan in Prairie Grove, can Edward dunk? Yes.
Oh, well, you can throw it down.
Really?
Yeah.
Seen Sidney Moncrief on the cover of Sports Illustrated from
Yeah.
back in the day? That's Edward.
Yes.
That's Edward in his rec league.
Yes.
Edward just threw out a statement. Though.
I'm a 2-foot dunker.
They call him Mika. They call him Mika.
Yeah.
You can dunk.
No. Roll with it, man.
He just made it up. He just made it up. Ryan is in Hot Springs. Ryan, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Ryan is gone.
I think
Ryan's
he's back.
We had a phone snap.
Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Ryan, you're up. Yeah,
Yep.
it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I didn't get the tone. Sorry.
That's all right.
Wife called, so I had to check out for a second.
Handle
Anyway, the thing y'all keep playing with Bart when y'all come back about the Chad Morris thing, it's I think it's part of why it's relevant is because everybody looks at the 2 and 10 and doesn't really do a deep dive at the talent that we got. I understand that it's unproven, but they don't look at the talent that was actually left on the team, and so they just kind of dismiss Arkansas. And the other thing I wanted to bring up was that Arkansas's non-con record on the road is, it's not perfect, but it's pretty daggum good. And I don't think that's being put in this equation either, because I'm pretty sure when we played BYU in 22, going into the preseason, they were potentially ruling that as possibly a loss. Now, as it got closer, they were saying we could beat them, but going into the season, they were wondering whether or not that would be a win as well.
No, you're right. In fact, when the one thing that does give me some hope about this trip is I thought Arkansas beat a good BYU team when they were out there. This Utah team may be better,
right.
And a lot of people think they will be. But I thought Arkansas played well that day. But here's the deal. None of those guys are going to be there for either side. So, it's a whole new group.
But my deal is, everybody wants to put everybody's records out there and what they've done in the past, and nobody wants to talk about Arkansas's non-con road. What they've done on the road's been, over the last 20 years, has actually been really good. I guess is my point. I understand it's not the same team, but also Arkansas has a good record of going on the road and beating teams maybe they're not necessarily supposed to play with. In fact, I think we've done better against teams like this on the road than we have at home.
Sometimes that's been true. You're right.
Thanks for the call, Ryan. We'll get back to this when we come back, because I don't know how much history even matters anymore. We're in such a new era and a new time. How much does it matter? It's a plunge pool Thursday. Start the weekend early with a plunge pool from Burton Pools and Spas. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles. Easy maintenance, more time for fun. Cool off after work. Relax with family. Host friends for game day. And right now you can get one installed for under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas, 5 convenient locations, or visit burtonpools.com. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
There's no better place to watch a game than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this. Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because we don't want. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Here's Macadoodle's owner, Roger Gildehouse, on what he learned from Sam Walton.
I took my Walmart experience, and Sam always talked about, if you're going to get in business, you need to be better than the competition. Always be very price competitive, which we have been for 29 years. And the third thing, and most important thing, is have a customer service program that is beyond what the customers expect to get.
Visit Macadoodle's just north of the state line in Pineville or at Guess Who in Bentonville.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
4:45 in the morning. You know what you're going to do? You're going to hit the snooze button for losers. A snooze button saying, I'm not ready for what today has in store for me. So guess what? We're going to sit there and say, yes. That alarm goes off. I'm hitting the damn ground saying, hell yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Trey Biddy coming up just after the top of the hour. We'll talk about what he saw at practice yesterday. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but when I go buy an automobile, I like a big selection. You know, when I went and bought my truck. Now, in the back of my mind, I knew it was going to be a black Silverado. I mean, I did. But I like looking around and looking at all that other stuff. And you know, if you are one of those who does like a large selection and plenty to choose from, Fayetteville Auto Park is your spot. Starts with great brands, Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota, pre-owned automobiles, and lots of them, certified good quality automobiles. Many of them have warranty left. The thing about Fayetteville Auto Park that I like too is they've got an award-winning service department. It's where you go get your car serviced. And even if you didn't buy your automobile there, they want your service business. They've got an award-winning collision center as well. It really is a one-stop automobile headquarters, and you can log on to FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Ron Roberts was pleased with the tone set at practice on Wednesday, day one of fall camp, likes his group.
Meeting extra, wanting to get better, wanting to improve, asking good questions, the intention, just probably the most so than anything is the extra time they put into things, you know. And I stressed them pretty good this summer, you know, mentally. You know, I just told them I don't want to go into this thing. We're not going into year one. So we've got to get some kinks ironed out now. So we threw a bunch at them, tried to stress them mentally as much as we could this summer. I thought they did a really good job with it.
We'll talk to Trey Biddy a little bit more about that. You can catch Chuck and Bo on demand wherever you get podcast and YouTube. It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. By the way, Vahiva Aloy hit 2 home runs in Double-A last night.
Dingers.
And Christian Franklin hit leadoff for the Orioles.
Yeah, how about that?
I think he got on
the big
base.
leagues.
Yeah. Had a stolen base the day
before.
A
couple of nights ago, yeah.
Yeah. So good for him. Congratulations on making the show. 7:55.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Having good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Drs. Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision. Go see our friends at McDonald Eye Associates and see the best.
If fresh seafood is calling your name, Fish City Grill in Rogers has been answering for 20 years. Just check the chalkboard. Fresh fish comes in daily, and the specials are always worth a look. Crawfish season is rolling. The raw oysters are as good as you'll find anywhere in Arkansas, and happy hour runs Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. It's locally owned and worth every visit. It's Fish City Grill in Rogers, near the Pinnacle Hills Promenade.
At Macadoodles, customer service is the #1 priority, and it starts at the top with founder Roger Gildehouse.
It starts with the guy running it. If you make customer service your #1 issue, my people, you couldn't find one that wouldn't tell you that what's the most important thing to Roger when we open these doors every day, and they would tell you customer service. We have to take care of the customer.
Macadoodles, prioritizing customers since 1997.
Oh, no, I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you, now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. For over 25 years, Pro Land Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, their team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you, your realtor, and your loan officer every step of the way. They're independently owned, so the only priority is you. Their relationships with national underwriters allow them to say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com and get a quote today.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I do think that there is value in this because, look, I don't know how else to say it. As you build, if you're struggling, as you struggle, all of those things. Sometimes it's better to do it with kids from your own backyard than it is with kids that nobody knows anything about, because you root for kids from your own backyard. And that's one of the things, it's one of the reasons that I think it's important for all programs to sign in-state kids. And I know the portal is going to determine a lot of programs' fates. Maybe Arkansas is one of them. I don't know. But you got to have that core. I also think it grows the game. And it makes it fashionable. Now, you can say, well, it's football. I mean, what are you talking about? Football is already, you don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is, it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long-term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I'll just put it that way.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter. Or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I think I should donate my brain like an NFL player when it's over. Then you can all find out what happened.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Hey,
it really wasn't his fault.
He was just nuts. He was just good old-fashioned crazy.
He was a troubled man.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hog fan, be a Hog fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I love football season, man. Practice starts. Everybody starts throwing out ideas, opinions. We got stuff to talk about, arguments to have during the break. Bart's pregame speeches. Sterling's giving up the ghost. We got all kinds of stuff.
Me asking the fans to do unreasonable things.
Yeah, like give up sugar for an entire football season.
like flush the past.
Yeah, never. Don't pay any attention at all to what's happened in the past.
Well, Phil Steele got it. Phil Steele got it started with predictions yesterday, which can make fools out of us all. But then Ryan Silverfield got it started when he talked to the media and said, for the season, I gave up sugar, alcohol, and social media. And we were asking, hey, what would you be willing to give up, if it meant 8 wins? And then Chuck took it to 10.
Well, I mean, are there tiers? Like for someone, I'd like to get to a bowl game, but I'm only going to give up this. Now, 8 wins, I'd give up that. And for 10 wins, I mean, pretty much whatever you want. I think there might be some bargaining going on is what I'm saying.
Can you try Trey one more time? We have a phone situation here. I think he's on. But I can't see it on the phone system. So maybe he called the buzz.
I think
he called Rainwater.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he's waiting
it's
for.
It's not 5 p.m.
Yeah, he's. But the practice was open yesterday for a good portion of it, and I saw some video, and I wasn't there, but it looks like what you hope it looks like on day one, but it's day one. And everything you say about positivity with this team, it feels like you got to qualify. But Trey was there, and he's joining us now, the publisher of Hog Sports, Trey Biddy. Trey, we thought maybe you called the buzz, and you thought you were on with Randy and Rick, and we didn't know what might have happened. So welcome to Drive Time Sports.
Trey Biddy, everybody. Trey Biddy.
No, there's a familiar voice. I'm tired of getting spam phone calls, and I send everything straight to voicemail, and I forgot to put that setting on, so I'm not used to this number.
Yeah, you're not
proactive.
He's a savvy
on the spam
AI
calls.
guy.
Yeah,
He's not taking any spam calls. His car drives him around. He knows what he's doing when it comes to technology. Well, what did you think yesterday when you got out there? And I said this morning, like, I know it's hard for fans to do, but I think some of us have to start over. Like we didn't just roll everything into this year. Like it's a new staff, like a pretty new team, like 70, 80 new players. So you go out there with fresh eyes, hopefully. What do you see it?
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm kind of like the camp of blaming Ryan Silverfield for everything that's happened the last 14 years. That's what you see everywhere. Yes. I mean, this guy's carrying the burden of what is Arkansas, 69 and 103 the last 14 years? I mean, he's carrying it. Everything he does, you look at social media, this guy's Chad Morris vibes. Ron Roberts is John Chavis. Yeah. I mean, it's like the worst possible example we can think of to compare anybody to. And I can't blame any Razorback fan for feeling the way they do after the way things have been. But, I like the roster fine. I think if you can win on special teams, you win in the penalty department, and you can force turnovers and hold on to the football, which have kind of been hallmarks of his teams at Memphis. If you've got a decent enough quarterback, I think you have enough to get to a bowl game. But I'm not calling for that. I mean, that's a lot to ask to win in all those departments. But I think the roster is good enough to get them there if they have a quarterback, which I think is K.J. Jackson, hands down. I don't really even think it's a competition. He's the one guy with the maturity and the arm and the feet and just everything you need. I feel like AJ's still got a ways to go in terms of reworking some of his throwing mechanics, footwork, and stuff like that, especially for how much this team throws short passes, swing passes, screens, the RPO game. You just have to have some touch, and I just don't see it. I feel like he's still got some work to do and kind of reworking that looping throwing motion that he's got. You got to get the ball out quick. But personnel-wise, love what they've done on the defensive line. I think they went and got a bunch of guys that are kind of coming into that third year when you should really start making an impact. Quincy Rhodes, I bring this up all the time, but Quincy, his impact came last year. He was on campus for a couple of years before anybody really knew who he was. And that's the case with defensive linemen. Usually it's about 2.5 years before they start making an impact. I think that's probably the unit that's going to be the most different about this team than last year's team. It's you look out there and you have to remember you're in the transfer portal age, that everybody has access to the transfer portal. Everybody's building a 2-3 deep with experienced players. But I don't think Arkansas is much different than that. And I think it was obvious in the portal that they had better finances. I would have liked to have seen them go and get a veteran proven quarterback, because I think you're doing a lot of hoping with an unproven guy. Not that KJ can't be good. It's just you're hoping that he's going to be good. And I really think he's probably your only option. Although I did like Hank Hendricks yesterday, but he should be a senior in high school.
Trey, let's stay with the passing game just for a second.
Okay.
Yesterday, Jaden Platt, Mackey nominee, or a nominee for the Mackey Award, best tight end in college football, is who that award goes to. You talked about the short passing game.
Mm-hmm.
We focus on the new receivers. I just kind of wonder if that one holdover tight end may not end up being maybe a security blanket for whoever wins this quarterback job.
Jaden has all the tools. He's still baby faced, but he's dropped a lot of baby fat.
I think he's going to play in the NFL. I think he's going to play in the NFL.
Well, he has all the physical tools. He's every bit of 6'5", 255. I think he's trimmed down to about 255 now. In the spring, when I saw him in the interview room, I was like, you could tell a difference physically. That he had moved some weight around. But I agree with you. I think that he has a chance to do that and can be a security blanket. What you're going to see, though, when I talk about short passing game, I've never seen a team throw as many swing passes in practice to running backs as Silverfield did in the spring and as he did yesterday. They throw a lot of short passes. You look at Memphis last year, they caught 61, 62 passes by the running backs. The year before, it was like 82 passes by running backs. Arkansas is more like 35 or so. So you're going to see an increased volume, swing passes, screens to the running back, screens to the wide receivers, a lot of stuff like that. I've said this before. If you had Taylon Green and you could really emphasize with him the importance of taking care of the football just to another level, I think this offense would have been really well suited for him. And I probably would have picked Arkansas to go to a bowl game if they had Taylon Green.
What is
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't.
I'm just saying that's the difference. I think you have to have a quarterback. Like you're not going to find many good teams that don't have a good quarterback, and you're not going to find many great teams unless you're like an Ohio State, Georgia type of roster that don't have a great quarterback.
What do all these swing passes mean for the running back rotation? Smith, Russell, Settles. Yeah. What does it mean in that area?
Yeah. Well, if you told me, like, you lined the running backs up and said, which one of these guys is the starter just on looks, I would probably pick out Jasper Parker. Physically, that guy is really, really put together. I mean, he looks the part. But Sutton Smith and Braylon Russell, I think it's their show. And Russell's down to 227. That's easily the lightest he's ever been. He was listed at 238 last year. I don't even think that was accurate. I mean, he looks really trimmed up. And you're going to have to be more versatile to play in this offense, I think, because you're going to have to be a threat in the passing game as well. Sutton Smith had 20 catches for them last year, I think 669 yards. You'll see those two guys, I think, rotate in and out quite a bit. Sutton probably be a guy that averages 10 to 12 carries a game, 2 to 3 catches a game. And then we'll see on Russell. We'll see how much he catches the football. He caught a few passes last year. But if Russell can stay healthy, to me, he's your best option to potentially have 1,000-yard bag. I think he has the chops to do that, especially, you know, now that he's trimmed down. Hopefully, he hasn't made it to the end of the season yet, healthy. So if he can do that, then, you know, I think we'll see him potentially get to 1,000 yards if he can stay healthy. But he's also going to be asked to catch the ball a lot. I mean, they're going, guys, like you have not seen. The things they practice, they do a ton of ball security drills, a ton of them. And if you look at Silverfield's teams at Memphis the last 4 years, they've always been really good in the turnover department on both sides. In fact, 2024, they were second in the country in turnover margin. This team focuses on that. They do a lot of special teams work. And I've said before, like, even if you're not explosive on special teams, don't kill yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be stable on special teams. Yeah. Like, we don't want to go back and look like, well, yeah, they got punts blocked and they had poor coverage, you know, and this guy housed it on them. Like, if they can get away from that kind of stuff, that would be a huge step in the right direction. So turnovers, they focus on that a lot. Special teams, they focus on short passing game a ton.
You know, I'm listening to you talk, and I catch myself going, maybe I'm just listening or looking for the positives, but I heard you talk about two specific players that looked different and changed their bodies in the offseason. Uh-huh. That's coaching, and that's also buy-in. Then I hear you talking about Silverfield in the short passing game, and I'm hearing you talk about that's managing a quarterback for success. That's helping a quarterback out. That's trying to create a situation where you're not putting yourself in bad positions and asking them to do too much. All these things are coaching points. And this is the first day of camp, which to me says they got a lot done in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any question, you know, the work that they're able to do with them in the summer. It used to be you couldn't stand on a hill a mile away and watch them practice if you're a coach. And now you get like 2 hours a week on-field work, which I think they broke up into like 14 OTAs over the summer. And you get 2 hours of film study with them, in addition to, you know, the time that the strength staff gets to spend with them. So you do have a lot of carryover from spring, summer, and into fall camp. And so, yeah, it does feel like they hit the ground running. I have to be careful sometimes, guys, because when I say, yeah, I think they'll be good at this spot. I think they'll be good here. Sometimes when I say that, I just mean I think they'll be average. You know, I love football, and I get excited like anybody else. I mean, I'm probably, depending on how things go, going to be somewhere around 4 wins, you know, give or take. Maybe I go up to 5 if I really like what I see. Maybe I drop it down to 3. But when I say stuff like, I always have to be careful with that because I get excited. But when I say something's going to be good, sometimes I just mean they're going to be average. And I think that they have a roster that is good enough if they can do those things, penalties, turnovers, special teams, if they can do those things and they have a quarterback that is at least competent, that doesn't just kill them, that they could get to a bowl game. People look at the schedule and say, well, this is the most brutal thing ever, and there's no way that they're going to be. Teams do that kind of stuff. There's things that happen. You look at a team that is what they are right now, what they're projected. You don't know what what's going to happen to Auburn. You've seen the slate Auburn has before they play Arkansas. Who knows? Shane Beamer could be on the hottest of hot seats. He could be out of there by the time Arkansas plays them, you know, and that's in Fayetteville. So, like, there are things that can unfold throughout the course of a season that you just don't expect. But I don't blame Arkansas fans for feeling as dejected as they do, given where the state of the program has been the last several years. But, you know, things change. I think they can change. But it's asking a lot. It's asking a lot to accomplish all of those things without a roster that's just, you know, exceptional. But there's no question that this is a better roster than they had last year.
So you do think that it's a better collection of players, top to bottom?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Now, that was obvious during the transfer portal cycle because, you know, we follow that. You know, we wake up and eat that every single day, all night when it's going on. It's just like a fire hose for us. And the guys that, you know, they were getting last year in a lot of cases kind of felt like, not on offense, but on defense, kind of felt like, you know, maybe somebody else's problem, you know, maybe somebody's cut. Offense, they without question last year got, you know, some really talented players. But this year it just felt more like they're getting guys that are coveted by other teams. Joker Johnson, Kamori House, Bryant Williams. Those are all really highly coveted guys. A lot of those defensive linemen. I love what they did on the defensive line. I mean, you look out there on the defensive line, guys, and it is 163, 300-plus pound guy after another. I mean, there are a lot of bodies there, and guys that are, third, fourth year. Like, they didn't have that last year. I can remember watching the Tennessee games, and I'm down on the sidelines in Knoxville, and I'm watching a true freshman out there. There's 5:18 left, and he's got his hands on his hips, and everybody's sucking wind, and they just run the ball for 5:18 and take the clock down and end the game. Mm-hmm. And that, happened against Texas A&M. Happened against, when they had to get the ball back against Ole Miss. Like, it happened so much. That to me is the area that I think you'll see the biggest difference with this team. And I still have some concerns about safety. I just know that they missed on some guys in the portal, and then there was that big gap with the coaching convention. And then, some guys started pouring in who were maybe a little bit lesser known. So I think that there are some reasons for concern there. But, heck, last year the secondary was so bad. And then we saw it on Pro Day and NFL Combine, just some really, really slow times by the defensive backs. But I do think that they've upgraded everywhere on defense. I think the defense will be significantly better, barring any letting go of the rope and stuff. That Utah game is really important, I think, to build some continuity with the team.
We're one day in, and that's a great look at it right there from Trey Biddy, publisher of hogsports.com. Trey, go ahead and plug Hog Sports. What do you got going right now? I want to give you an opportunity to do that.
HAWG Sports, part of the 24/7 Sports Network. We've got tons of content rolling out every single day, practice updates, all that stuff. It is 60% off right now, so that's like $84 off the normal rate. Or you can sign up for 1 month for $1. So 2 great ways to sign up right now for a limited time.
It's Trey Biddy, everybody. Great job. Thanks for the fall camp update. Let's do it again soon, Trey. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Trey.
Trey Biddy. We got questions coming in on the hotline here. Yeah. All guests join us on the Gasano's Pizza Hotline. They've been doing it Chicago style since 2004. Edwards Pizza is the pizza of the month. This August, the summer barbecue. Ranch base with chicken bacon and smoky barbecue swirl. Hey, all day, every day specials, $15 domestic buckets, $22.50 high noon buckets. Happiest hour, Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 p.m., $1.50 domestic drafts. How about that? Yeah. Get ready for football season. 8:20, the Chuck and Bo Show. Nobody gets you ready for football season quite like the Chuck and Bo Show.
That's right.
Nobody.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show you. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We are in the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery. Whiskey from the Idaho Highlands, distilled at nearly 6,000 feet. It is fantastic. Their use of Scottish copper pot skills help produce complex, high-quality spirits. The unique mountain climate of Idaho contributes to the character and quality of every bottle. And it's now Arkansas-owned and all over Arkansas. DrinkWarfield.com. Find it near you. Nelson is in Harrison as we go back to the Gasano's Pizza Hotline. Nelson, good morning. What's happening?
Well, good morning, guys. I'm just ready for football. You know me, ready for the Razorbacks in any form, but really getting ready for football because it's here. I mean, we made it. We made it past all the waiting. Now we get to see some film. We get to, watch these kids how they go through camp, and I'd like to say I'm happy to see that Hank Hendricks is getting in there as much as he is. He really. I mean, I thought he might just sit back, but they're putting him in there. I think they might be looking for something out of Hank.
I think Hank's one of those guys, Nelson, that are rare in college football these days. Meaning, you might have him for 3 years. You might have him with the same coaches for 3 years. And Phil Steele talked about it yesterday. For all the talk of portal and all that, it's nice to add in the portal and fill a gap here and there. But when you have to rely that your program is built on the portal every single year, those teams aren't having as much success as players that come and stay and are there for 3 years or so. And having a quarterback like that is something that I could see their eyes being fixed on for the future.
Yeah. I'd like to go back to something Trey Biddy said, too. I mean, these kids they went and got for the defense, these kids weren't scrubs. These kids were leading tacklers on their team that they were on, or they had production. The kids they got, Kamori House, Stackham Souls, and then you add like Christian Harrison, Rodney Harrison's son. If he could be half of what Rodney Harrison was at safety, then, at DB, we can have some success there. Even with Lakai Rowland and some of them other guys they got at cornerback and safety, they didn't bring in scrubs. They brought in players that had production. I'm just ready for the season. Hope you guys have a great day and go Hawks.
Yeah, I hear you. And even with the players they brought in, a lot of them are at least in their third year. So they might not have developed here, but they've developed and grown. And can you get production out of these guys?
Well, I can remember the spring game. He brought up Steven Souls' name a minute ago. Back in the spring game, we called his name, it seemed like every other play. He's a transfer from Kentucky. He had 3.5 sacks for Kentucky a year ago. I think he had 4.5 sacks for loss. They brought in some guys over there who can play. Carlon Jones he's played. They brought in guys who've had a reasonable amount of success. Maybe not the stars on their team, but if Quincy Rhodes lives up to the bill, he's the star of the defensive line in all probability. He's the one you think of. Well, they need 2 or 3 other guys like that. And these are the candidates. And I think a guy like Souls can fill that role. Now, does he fill it to the point of where, we wake up in November and we're right there in the hunt? I don't know.
House is another one.
But I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying he can't. And Kamori House is a guy too. But, for example, he was talking about the defensive line. We didn't really have time to get into this with Trey. But, you look at Quincy Rhodes and Souls opposite one another. Souls, I think, he or Charlie Collins is going to play that, they call it the jack position. It's essentially defensive end. Sometimes you got your hand in the dirt, sometimes you don't. Charlie Collins was a very, very heralded player coming out of high school. Time for him to produce. Time for him to be a ball player. If he is, they've got 2 of them at that spot because Souls is a ball player. Now, on the other side, where Rhodes is, you got Sims and Caleb Bell behind him. Who's the ball player in that group? Jones and Osborne are your tackles. Is Danny Beal, can he play as a freshman? What about David Oakey? You brought the guy in, and he's just been kind of there. That's about it. He's been there. Can he be a player now? Can he come in and play for you? To me, when I look at the success of the defense, I do think they're better players at linebacker. I think they're better players in the secondary. Can they be too deep up front? What Trey Biddy was talking about a minute ago is key. When you've got linemen in the fourth quarter sucking air, hand on the hips, and nobody to come in and replace them, you're beat. You're just going to get beat. It's going to happen. And they've got some candidates there. And I have to be honest, at this point last year, they had maybe a prospect or two, but I don't know if they were any real candidates. This time around, I think they've got some guys who might be able to play for it.
Sometimes when guys come into this league as coaches, they don't realize how deep and how good you got to be up front
a learning
on
curve,
both sides of the ball. They address that right out of the gate. Offensive line, defensive line, especially the defensive line. This is a defensive line league.
Oh, you've got to have monsters over there.
If you don't have good defensive linemen, you're not going to win in this league. And you got to have some depth. And they went out and they addressed that right out of the gate. And that tells me they knew what they were getting into. That's not a learning curve they had to figure out. Bielema came in, admitted that he made that mistake, didn't realize how many linemen you needed in the SEC, and he'd won the Big Ten 3 years in a row. I think Silverfield understood that. One of the things I've been impressed with in talking to Silverfield is all the things he does understand. Having been here for 30 years, that we've learned over 30-plus years, he got right out of the gate. I mean, he did a deep dive on this program. He knows what's going on here. I don't know if that's going to amount to wins in year one, but I like that in the guy that's going to be your head coach. All right, 831. You can get in here if you want. 877-377-6963.
I'll tell you who's ready to go to work. It's WT Equipment.
They can help you.
They always are. I mean, when you got a hard job, a tough job, WT Equipment's going to be right there with you every step of the way. There are going to be challenges, and when you're working land, whether it's your land, working for somebody else, whatever you're doing, when there's tough terrain, tight spaces, the timelines are short, that's when you need WT Equipment. You need their brands. I mean, they got the legendary Bobcat. You can't do much better than that. New Holland, Hustler, Steel. They've also got an expert staff, and they are there to help you find exactly what you need, and you will find that their service to commitment runs deep, just like their Arkansas roots. So if you're looking for dependable equipment, folks who treat you like family, stop by the nearest WT Equipment location or visit WTEquip.com and get to work.
I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, you can save up to $12,000 off MSRP on Silverados. It's the freedom to save right now at Chevy of Fayetteville. Save up to $12,000 on new 2026 Silverados, plus make no payments for 90 days during the Freedom to Save event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com.
Are you or loved ones struggling with addiction? There is hope. John 3:16 Ministries is a free, faith-based 501c3 program that has helped more than 3,000 people transform their lives over the past 23 years. This long-term inpatient program includes lodging, counseling, medical care, and job training, all at no cost to you. In a period of 6 months to a year, you could graduate with a trade, a purpose, and a fresh start. A spiritual boot camp for men and a safe refuge for women. Log into john316thecure.com.
Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach. At a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past, decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and
having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't, they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly, it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
Let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the outside. I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Your favorite word, respectfully.
Yeah.
You suck.
Anytime, and I include myself in this, if the word respectfully or with all my respect comes out, somebody's
with all my respect.
Somebody's about to get it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, shout out Chris Bucknam, who won 2 national
Yes,
indoor
sir.
championships, SEC 34 championships across 3 sports in 18 years at Arkansas. Follow the legend John McDonald. He'll be inducted into the U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Buck's a good dude and did a great job here. And Doug Case has now carried that on and gotten off to a hot start. I don't think people really know what Chris Bucknam did here, but I mean, he did a lot. And they competed for SEC championships every year. You would have loved to win more national championships, but it's a little bit different era too. And he won a couple, and they were always
Finished
right
second
there.
a lot as
yeah,
well.
and
In top 3 podium.
But just like I talk about a guy from the Northeast that came here and fit.
I don't know that we've had a coach who's replaced a legend here who's handled it with more grace than Chris Bucknam did. Let me tell you something. I was I was here then, and you were too. When John McDonald retired and Bucknam came in, I mean, it wasn't like, everyone was, we got this great coach coming in from Drake. It's like, well, how are you going to replace John McDonald? And then when he didn't win the national championship, it's like, well, or Northern Iowa, wherever he was. He can't be that good. But he was that good. And he just handled everything so well. He never seemed resentful about any of the natural comparisons. He knew they were coming. He had to have known they were coming, and they did. And a lot of them weren't fair. But he just handled everything as well as an individual could handle it. And, when I think of Bucknam, I think of not only a guy who's a great coach, but I just don't know how anyone could have handled that any better than he did, and I've always respected him for that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, nothing but respect for him, and happy for that honor because he deserves it.
Was it Northern Iowa or Drake?
It was Northern Iowa.
Was it Northern
Yeah,
Iowa? All right.
yeah.
I couldn't remember.
And he won a bunch there.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a
yeah.
heck of a career, man. All right, we got football tonight.
There is a football
If
game
you're looking
tonight.
to watch a real, actual American football game, Walk-Ons is a great place to go. 60 televisions all over, every Walk-Ons. Some places have more, some locations. They got great food, too. Wall-to-wall TVs. Food's all made from scratch. Really good. Bring your friends, family. Share some apps. Try different stuff. Go around the world. Order one of everything. You can't. It's too big. But order one of something from every category in the menu. You'll have a great experience. And ask about Flight by Yingling while you're there. It tastes like a Yingling, but it's only 95 calories. You can pick up Flight at the store, at your favorite restaurants, but they have it on draft at Walk-Ons. Flight by Yingling's the next generation of light beer. Is this a preseason opportunity for a Bart Locke? Bart Locke's.
Do we have locks on the
Bart's
Hall of
locks
Fame
are
game?
coming.
Well, no. I mean, you can't ever call anything betting on the preseason NFL a lock. But I do have a pick tonight.
Because,
of course you do.
Because you don't really know who's playing and who's gonna.
Can you
know,
prop bet
how
a
much
game
people-
like this?
There are some prop bets, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Edward,
Oh yeah. From across the room, Edward. Oh yeah.
So it's Panthers and Cardinals. Cardinals starting rookie Carson Beck in the game tonight, making his NFL debut. Kenny Pickett getting the start for the Carolina Panthers. Panthers a short 1.5 point favorite, and that's the side we're going with. The Panthers minus 1.5. I think this Arizona team is brutally awful. I think there's a very good chance.
Not just awful, it's brutally awful.
No,
somebody's
there's
the adjectives he comes up with for how bad things are.
There's a good chance that this is a NFL, a professional football team that's going to win like 1-2 games this year.
Which team?
The Cardinals. They are very, very bad.
Very, very, very bad.
Yeah, they
How
have
bad are they,
they lack talent at most positions. They have
They did
really
not do well in the portal.
They have a really good rookie running back, and they have one of the best tight ends in the game in Trey McBride. But that's about it. That's about
Are there
it.
not any rich people in Arizona to give them money for the NIL?
They tapped into
what's
Scottsdale.
What's the
Are they
deal?
tapped into Scottsdale? What's going on?
Are they giving their money to somebody else or what?
Is Scottsdale supporting like Arizona State this year?
Yeah.
Is that where all the money went? Kenny Dillingham's ruined the Cardinals. He's taking all the money. He sucked all the air out
They're
of
bad,
the
guys.
Scottsdale area.
They're really bad.
Sunned up
I will say this in defense of the Cardinals. Yelda Froholt is their starting center.
Well, I mean,
he will not
go.
be playing tonight. I can't imagine that he will see the field. Usually this preseason opener, you're not going to see any sort of starters or anybody who closely resembles
Well,
a
if they're
starter.
as bad as you say they are, it's a wonder they're even able to field a team.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at their roster right now.
So
Their
do you
depth
think they're
chart,
gonna
and
lose tonight?
terrible. Yeah, I'm going with the Panthers.
What happened on that Kyler
with the
Murray deal?
Panthers.
How come he's not there anymore?
He got traded.
Yeah.
They
Or
just
ro-
dump
it
him?
was either
They
a
dump him?
trade or a sign and trade kind of deal.
Yeah.
He's the presumed starter for the Vikings this year.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you name all the starting quarterbacks in the NFL for us
Probably.
this year?
Yeah. Do you want to just
Can
name
you
a
name
team?
all the head coaches in the NFL?
That I might strike. I could probably get 80%, 85%.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's more than me.
Why don't you just bring like an NFL update every day? Make it interesting.
I'd be
it's
happy
like a
to.
minute or two, but it's
Some
just
of that
something
NFL
that you
music.
find interesting.
I'd be happy
Put a
to.
little NFL music. Like today, we're gonna name guys
I'm
that you didn't
keeping
even
up-
know were
I'm
starting
keeping
as
up with
NFL
all the
quarterbacks.
training camps right now. All the
Which
the
teams are
Who's having
brutally
a good
awful?
camp?
Which teams are brutally
Oh,
awful
Bart
in
is
addition to the Cardinals?
Bart is 100% right about the Cardinals.
look at some
they,
totals.
I mean, there's not another team.
Who's going to compete for
Who's
that,
the worst
that
team?
horrible spot with
The
them?
Cardinals are going to be the worst team. The Jets are a close second. The Jets are
How the
Yes,
Steelers going to
Jets,
be with
Jets,
Aaron
Jets.
Rodgers and
probably
ayahuasca?
middling like they have.
Oh,
been
the
for the last 15
Dolphins are
years.
gonna be terrible,
Oh
too.
yes, the
The
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Their starting quarterback. Have you ever heard of Malik Willis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I
Ole
have.
Miss?
No, he played at Liberty.
Yeah, but
Was
he
a-
began
was
at
a-
Ole Miss.
He was a
He be-
fast riser.
No,
in his draft
We're
class.
familiar with Malik Willis. He's a multiple transfer guy
Yeah,
who ended
yeah.
up at Liberty. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
I'm
and,
familiar with Malik
He
Willis.
flamed out
started at Ole Miss.
in Tennessee. He
Yeah.
went and he was back
Yeah.
up in Green Bay.
Yeah.
And now he's getting money to be the starter.
How about
in
that?
Miami?
How about
let's
that?
see.
Yeah.
The AFC East, the Miami Dolphins, their win total is 3.5.
Yeah,
Out of
they're gonna
17
Who
games.
will have a
really
better
bad.
year, Arkansas or the Dolphins?
Dolphins
Miami
fired,
or Arkansas?
fired their coach too.
Yeah, he's an offensive coordinator with
Chargers.
Cardinals also
Chargers
3.5. So
Cardinals are 3.5.
Yeah.
Anybody
those are-
picked worse than that?
No.
Where they got the Cowboys? Where they have America's team?
That's your race for Arch Manning right there.
things I
Is,
would pay
Cardinals
for.
and Dolphins.
Things I would pay for that category.
Cowboys,
Conversations that you can
8.5.
hear fly on the wall
8.5.
between Mike McDaniel and Jim Harbaugh.
Oh man,
Things I would pay for.
those are football guys right there.
Yeah, there's some strange.
Mike McDaniel
Some
with his
strangeness in that room, man. A couple of weird dudes
pants,
right there.
pants hiked up,
Oh, my
half,
gosh.
halfway up his calf.
You know, the McDaniel's
Talking
wearing
about-
capri pants,
yes,
and like you know,
yeah.
Harbaugh's wearing your granddad's khakis. You know, I mean, that is a contrast in style.
What did you have
right
for
there.
dinner last night?
Yeah,
What'd
that's
you
right.
do when you got home?
That's right.
All of that, absolutely. That's hilarious. All right, we got to hit a break. 8:46. We're reminding you about Mountain Home, Arkansas. check out Mountain Home by enjoymountainhome.com, where the outdoors is a way of life. Wake up to Ozark Hills, hit the river at sunrise, spend the afternoon out on Bull Shoals, North Fork Lake, world-class fishing, hiking trails, kayaking. When the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. That's Mountain Home, Arkansas. Now a $50 million aquatic park, too. We tell you about Big Creek all the time. Mountain Home, Arkansas. EnjoyMountainHome.com to learn more. Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
You know, see, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Arthur is in Vermont. Hogs play tonight. Arthur, good morning.
Good morning. I'm owning the day, but I can't really say I'm happy about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
What to Watch brought to you by Macadoodles. When you're getting together with your friends, you got a family reunion, you got a watch party, whatever it is, Macadoodles wants to make sure they take care of you. That's what they're committed to, customer service. That's what they do better than anyone. They've got a great selection. You'll find them just north of Bella Vista in Pineville and a Guess Who in Bentonville. Wine tasting open to close 7 days a week. Nobody's got a better selection, competitive pricing, and unrivaled customer service like Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville. 7 o'clock, preseason game tonight on NBC. And you said what else is out? Ted Lasso?
Yeah, new season of Ted Lasso dropped yesterday, or at least the premiere episode of season 4. Back after several years.
Chuck said,
Well, I've made it through the first 2 seasons. I didn't watch season 3, so I guess I should catch up, huh?
A little note here. Casey Opitz returns to Arkansas, former Razorback, who played from 2018 to 2021, will be an offensive analyst on Dave Van Horn's staff starting later this month.
I think that's great.
He's replacing Hudson Polk. Didn't Hudson Polk coach first base?
Yes.
And he's now taking a position
somewhere
at Hutchinson Community College.
A paying gig.
Yeah. So Casey Opitz comes back to Arkansas. Vahiva Aloy hit 2 home runs last night in Double-A ball. We mentioned that earlier. And Christian Franklin made his debut in the big leagues a couple days ago and then hit leadoff last night.
They've got some plans for him,
for
evidently.
the Baltimore Orioles.
They've got some plans for him because hit 7th first night, stole a base, hit leadoff last night. See if he's in the lineup tonight.
Today's National Root Beer Float Day. When's the last time you had a root beer float?
Too long ago.
It's been a while.
Well, what are you going to do today?
Possibly have a root beer float.
Did you brush your teeth this morning? National, I didn't mean you to answer.
Yes,
National Fresh Breath
Always
Day.
do.
What do you do to keep your breath fresh besides smoke cigs?
Excuse me?
Menthol.
Get a nice dip, spearmint.
Get a good
spearmint.
You got to get the right. Yeah, you got to get the right nicotine.
Wintergreen.
flavor.
Wintergreen's always a good one.
Or a good little breath mint. It's National IPA Day too. Who likes a good IPA in here? Edward. Over with a hand up. How's Riley today? I haven't heard from Riley. We gotta get.
I'm doing great. I'm doing good.
Yeah, we got to get a Riley segment going. We'll talk about that today at 10 o'clock in the meeting, the Riley meeting.
We'll figure it out.
It's going to be hot again. Heat index around 101.
Man,
I really enjoyed those 70s and 80s over the weekend.
Man, the Saturday morning just made you long for fall.
It made you feel like there was a football game later that afternoon.
Yes, it did.
Trey Biddy was great. We had him earlier. Catch Chuck and Bo on demand wherever you get podcasts or on YouTube. It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. You still got unpacking to do at the house. You still moving things around?
A little bit.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
We'll try and do it again tomorrow. Have a great day.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the